What's going on, people? My name is Mordzs and welcome back to my channel. Now listen, call me Mr. Consistent because this might be 2 videos in 2 days. I'm sorry that I took a little bit of a break of like, I don't know, like 2 weeks or something. I know I was bad, I hold my hands up, but I'm back, yeah, I'm back. I'm gonna be consistent till the end of the year. In fact, that's a lie, because I'm going away on holiday for like 2 weeks. But what I'm gonna do is, listen, I'm gonna try and, first of all, stack up some videos before I go away. But I'm gonna go out there, I'm going Ghana, yeah. So anyone who's Ghanaian, shout out to you, innit? But I'm gonna go over there, I might even record some videos when I'm out there. Just some like fan interaction, because there's a huge football community over in Ghana, and in Africa in general, innit, but in Ghana. So I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna link up some of the local people. I'm gonna get some good content for you guys, innit? So make sure you're locked in. That's gonna be in December, like mid-December time, innit? So look out for those videos. They're gonna be some very, very good videos. But before I get into today's video, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. If I get it before the end of the year, I'm gonna post a video every day for 100 days, yeah? 100 straight days starting January the 1st, yeah? It's grinding time, the first quarter of 2025. So make sure you subscribe. I think I'm like 900 and I've barely been uploading. So if I'm consistent, that should go up very quickly. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you comment, because today's video is an interesting video. It's a bit of I thought, let me do a video that's not current because it's international break. Nothing happens on international break. In fact, international break, honestly, it's getting worse. Like, there was a point where like international break was dead, innit? Like 2016, 2017, it was kind of dead. And then Southgate kind of made it a little bit interesting, you know, because England were actually doing well in these tournaments. But I feel like recently it's been so dry. Like, there's not, like the game yesterday, I think England won 5-0. No one spoke about it. I don't even know who scored. I think, did Jude score some? Probably. Jude probably scored. Harry Kane probably scored, innit? I don't know. It's such a dead game. But anyway, forget that. Today's video is going to be my top 5 favourite Manchester United moments. Now, the reason why I said you should comment is because let me know your top 5 or just your favourite Manchester United moments. Now, in terms of this video, it's going to be based on my like personal favorite Man United moments. Now, I'm not going to talk about, for example, the treble in '99, because I was born in '99. I didn't see the treble, and I get it was an amazing moment. And if I was around at that time, it would be number 1. I don't think anyone who was watching football, was a United fan around that time, wouldn't put it number 1. Not only was it our greatest achievement, but it's the way how we did it, insane. Like, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he made himself into a legend through that one game. Like, how many players can say they became a Man United legend because of one game? Ollie is one of those players. So that's an honourable mention. I wasn't around for that time, so I can't really put that into my top 5. But I've got some other honourable mentions before I truly get into my actual top 5. Scholes, his Barca goal in the semi-final, I think in 08. I didn't get my dates right. I think that was around 08. But that Scholes goal, I remember watching it with my dad, and that feeling of like, oh my gosh, we're in a Champions League final. Like, that feeling was genuine goosebumps when that goal went in. Van Persie's goal, I think it was a 3-0 against Aston Villa, 2013, Fergie's last year. The Rooney's pinged it from the halfway line. Bear in mind, no other Premier League striker, no other Premier League striker is making that pass. I'm telling you that now. No, this is why I say Rooney's the greatest Premier League player of all time, because nobody else is making that pass. I don't care. Don't bring me no Thierry Henry, Alan Shearer, who else do people put in there? Aguero. None of them guys are making that pass. Only Wayne Rooney's making that pass, and he's pinged it, like I said, from the halfway line. And Van Persie, first time volleyed it, left foot across the keeper into the net. And I think that was a game that we won the Premier League. What a moment. At home, Old Trafford, bouncing, rocking. Again, goosebumps, absolute goosebumps. That's an honourable mention. That's not even in my top 5. And my last honourable mention is the Rashford penalty against PSG that night in Paris. I did a little short clip, like a short form piece of content on that. A little memory lane video. If anyone knows about my memory lane videos on Instagram and like TikTok and whatnot, I did a memory lane. In fact, it's on YouTube. Go on my YouTube, to my shorts. You'll be somewhere in there. But that goal again, I don't think I've screamed for United to that level in a very, very long time. That was 2019. 2019, I think it was Ollie. Ollie just came in. This was like Ollie's honeymoon period where everything was just going right. I think we won like 14 games in a row or something like that. Or we were unbeaten in like 14 or 17 games. And Champions League, PSG, we were down and out. I think we lost the first game 2-0, something like that. And thinking about it now, yeah, I might come to tears. Like it was, I remember Lukaku got that early goal, and then he scored again, and then I think Di Maria scored, and I hate Di Maria. Let me not say I hate him because I don't know him like that, but he's just one of them United players I don't like. Him and Tevez are in the same conversation for me. I don't like them two, and they're both Argentinian actually. That's crazy, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so I think Di Maria scored, and it was like, oh, we're not gonna get this win. We're gonna be out of the Champions League, and then that I think who shot? Was it Darmian? Someone shot. Yeah, was it Darmian? Somebody shot, and Kimpembe has jumped in the air and it's hit his arm. And at that moment, I didn't think it was a handball, 'cause I didn't see it, I'll be honest. I was watching it with my friends. I was in uni, I was watching it with my friends and I didn't see it. So we were just like, it's a corner. And next thing you know, like VAR just intercepted it. And it was like, wait, this was like early VAR days as well. Like VAR wasn't that, like it's not the VAR today where everyone hates it. Like no one was really sure about what VAR was. Like it was kind of still a bit of a mystery. And VAR just randomly just intercepted it and said, referee, go and look at the screen. And we were like, no way. There is no way you're about to go look at the screen. And then when you see the replay, when we saw the replay, we all just started screaming. Like everyone just started screaming. And we were like, no, he's gonna give a penalty, he's gonna give a penalty. And then, yeah, he gave the penalty and Rashford stepped up. And I think at that time, a lot of the young players were on the pitch at the time. I think Chong was on the pitch, Green was on the pitch. Obviously, Rashford, this was 5 years ago, so Rashford was like 21, 22 at that time, so he was still a young player as well. And he just smacked it in on, I think, top left. What a game. What a feeling. That was genuine goosebumps. Like, I hadn't had a feeling like that in a very, very long time. So that was my honourable mention. That one was so close to becoming into my top 5. So close. But the other 5, they were a bit, you know what I'm saying, a bit higher up. So, coming in at number 5, now this is the one that I was debating with the PSG goal, but this was actually a whole game. And the game was the United 8-2 against Arsenal. Now, obviously, that wasn't one goal. Now, this is why I said 5 moments, my top 5 favourite moments, not top 5 favourite goals. If it's top 5 favourite goals, then it'd be a whole other conversation, but that game in itself, oh my, this was like early like Danny Welbeck times. And I remember I was watching it with like my family friends. It was a Sunday, was it a 4:30 kickoff or something like that? I definitely remember it was on a Sunday. And to be fair, at that time, you never know with Arsenal. You actually never know because they still had Van Persie at that time. So it wasn't like, you know, they had no like star, like, in fact, Van Persie was world class at them times, in my opinion. I think that was like the season he scored 30 goals or something for Arsenal, so they had some threats. I think they still had Theo Walcott in the team. They had some serious players, so it was still a conversation as to, even though United were at the top of their game at that time, it was still a conversation as to, are we going to get this win? Like, and it was at home as well, so it was a huge game. And I remember early on, I think Welbeck scored the first goal, and the ball's come over, and he's just somehow just muscled his way through, and he just slipped it in. And it was like, okay, like Danny Welbeck, he's on the scene. He'd already scored a David goal earlier in the season, or maybe the season before. And it was like, okay, Danny Welbeck's here. And the game after that point, it just seemed like, I think Van Persie scored and he levelled it up. He scored that left-footed goal into the top corner. This is all off the top of my head, by the way. I've not even gone back and watched these games. Like, this is just all off the top of my head. I'm just trying to remember it. And after that point, after I think Van Persie's goal or something, the game just went like, it was just going up and up and up. I remember Nani had that chip. Rooney scored like, I think he scored 2 free kicks. Did Rooney score 2 free kicks? I'm pretty sure Rooney scored a hat trick. But I remember the free kick that he scored. And Ashley Young, oh my gosh, Ashley Young's goals. It's like he couldn't miss. It's like he couldn't miss. And it was like a trademark Ashley Young cutting in from the left. This was before he was a fullback, before he transitioned his career into becoming a left back. He was a left wing and he was a superb, like direct, crazy shot. Ashley Young's shot from that left-hand side was so dangerous, so underrated. And he just smacked it in and it's gone top right corner. And the game just kept, like I said, it kept on going like this. It was like, wait, we scored again. Oh, we scored again. We scored again. And that's what you know, it was like 8-2. And the reason why I appreciate that game so much is because that has given me so much fuel against Arsenal fans. Whenever they try and chat to me for a very long time, now I've kind of backed off a little bit, but for a very long time, they couldn't chat to me. Arsenal fans could not chat to me. You lost 8-2. That was my argument for everything. Like anything an Arsenal fan ever tried to say to me, I just said to him every time, but you lost 8-2 though. Like, how can you lost 8-2? You remember that game, right? I know you remember it. You lost 8-2. That feeling of being able to say that was a good 10 years of using 8-2 as fuel, I'll be honest. So, yeah, that's number 5. My top 5 favourite moments as a Man United fan. The number 5 is Man United beating Arsenal 8-2 at home. Coming in at number 4. Now, this one is more personal. This is because I don't think anybody else is going to have this in their top 5. This one's way more personal. And it's Danny Welbeck's debut goal, when he was 17 years old. Now, the reason why is because, now, Danny Welbeck went to my school, innit? So I went to, anyone who's from Manchester who's watching this, you went to Trinity High School, I went to Trinity High School. Now, we're not the same age range, anywhere close. He's like 30-something right now. But when I went to school, and I found out that Danny Welbeck went to my school, all the teachers, all they ever used to talk about was Danny Welbeck. This is before he made his debut, by the way. All anyone used to talk about, or any of the teachers who were there when Danny Welbeck was there, was about this guy. It was like, it was almost like he was a myth. He was like, who is this Danny Welbeck guy that everyone keeps talking about? Because he was a star in the academy. Like, he was one of the top players in the Man United academy. So the fact that he went to my school was a huge thing with all the teachers. And I remember, like, anytime anyone would get in trouble, because around that age, let's be honest, I was in year 7. That's like age 11, 12, around that age. There was a lot of guys who were still trying to become footballers. Like, let's be honest, like, the dream wasn't over at that age. Like, we were still thinking, you know what, if someone sees me on the right day, you never know, I could get a trial. Like, if you catch me on the right game, you know what I'm saying, I could still get a trial at United or City. Like, so what the teachers would always say to us, like, anytime we get in trouble, oh, Danny Welbeck never used to do that. Like, Danny Welbeck, he used to get straight the good grades, like straight A's. Like, Danny Welbeck, he was great in school. He was super polite. He had great manners. Like, that's all they ever used to say. So, like, this Danny Welbeck character was huge in my school. Like, that's all anyone used to talk about. And I remember his debut game, and it was a huge talking point. Everyone was like, Danny Welbeck's debut, Danny Welbeck's debut, Danny Welbeck's debut. In fact, I remember he came to our school before his debut. He came to our school and the streets were flooded. Like, it was like Ronaldinho came or something. Everyone was waiting for him after school. It was insane. But on his debut, the whole conversation in school was, Danny Welbeck's playing, Danny Welbeck's playing, Danny Welbeck's playing. And obviously he had his debut, I think it was against Stoke. Cold night against Stoke. And obviously he scored that amazing goal. And I think he was 17 at the time, 17, 18. Around that time, and he scored that goal. And honestly, the next day coming into school, it was mad. It was, I can still remember to this day, it was crazy. Like, everyone was like, oh my gosh, Danny Welbeck. No, like, he's this guy, like, this guy's, he became everyone's favorite player instantly because, like I said, he went to the school. All the teachers were speaking about it. We were talking to the teachers every lesson about that goal. It was, insane moment. So it's a more personal one for me, but that's my 4th favorite Man United moment. The third one. Now, this is technically 2 games. I couldn't pick which one. I couldn't pick which one to choose from. and it's a more recent one as well. But it's Man United's FA Cup run last season. And I know you're gonna be like, what? That's so recent, but I'm sorry. The FA Cup quarterfinal against Liverpool and the final against City, those, I couldn't pick which one to put in, so I'll just put them both in. Both of those games have to be in my favourite Man United moments. The Amad Diallo goal. Now again, I did a memory lane for both of these games. So probably go and check out my YouTube shorts. I did a little memory lane talking about both of these games. And it'll be on my Instagram, my TikTok as well. So go and check that out. But the goosebumps when Amad Diallo scored that goal against Liverpool. In fact, that whole game in general was insane. Anthony coming on, scoring that goal. Rashford missed a huge chance to, I think, win the game or tie it up. I think near the end of the game, and then like 10 minutes later, he scores a goal. He kind of redeemed himself. That whole game was insane. And we won 4-3 against our rivals. We should have never even had an opportunity to even win that game. In fact, leading up to that game, I remember, I was on United Stand a lot, doing a lot of shows, and every single time we speak about the Liverpool game, it was like the energy just deflated because everyone kind of just thought we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Liverpool are playing well. We're not playing well. They were never gonna win. So the fact that we went out there and we beat them at home, oh my gosh, what a game. And then the final, the backstory to the final, everyone knows we just lost to Man City the year before in the FA Cup final. And it was kind of like a redemption kind of moment. Come on, we have to take this trophy. We have to win. And it was Ten Hag. It was his, game of his whole career. He had to win that game. In fact, that probably gave him a couple £1 million in the bank because he got an extra. He had an extra year onto his contract. He didn't get fired after that game because we won. So there was so much riding on that game, and I don't think we'd beaten City, or we'd beaten Pep anyway in a final since then, until that moment. I don't think we had. Maybe I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I don't think we beat City in the final up until that game, so there was a lot riding on that game. And the fact that we went out there and it wasn't even one particular goal or two goals that kind of separated us. I know we did win 2-0, but the game in general, we were with a better team. Man United were a better team in general, for that whole game. And, the Mainoo goal, absolute superb goal. I'm talking about the whole build-up, the Rashford cross-field pass to Garnacho, him, driving towards the defence, passing it to Bruno on the edge of the box. Bruno's first time no-look pass to Mainoo. Mainoo's first time shot across I think Ortega was in net, and he's just slotted it in first time. What a goal, and that game kind of just, that game is the reason why I was excited for this season, because I just thought, both of our academy players were involved in a goal. In fact, Garnacho scored the other goal, actually, so both of them are scored. Bruno, he kind of redeemed himself, with that no-look pass. Everyone was bringing back these Bruno world-class shouts. Rashford actually had a good game. The whole season, he probably had his worst season of his whole life. In that game, in a great game, things kind of look different. So that moment, winning that FA Cup quarter-final against Liverpool and then winning the final against City, that's one of my favourite Manchester United moments. So that's number 3. Number 2, my second favourite Manchester United moment, Wayne Rooney's overhead kick against Man City, the 2-1 win in the Premier League at home, Old Trafford. Again, what a goal. In fact, listen, in terms of moments, Premier League moments, that might be number 1. Premier League moments, that might be the biggest, the greatest Premier League moment that we've ever seen. Not only was it against our rivals, Man City, against our rivals, and this wasn't 2005 Man City. This wasn't an old Man City, main road Man City. This was a Man City that they were looking at the title. They were looking on the rise. They wasn't a terrible team. It was a a team that were looking to expand and really grow in the Premier League and actually trying to assert some kind of dominance in the Premier League. This wasn't a small team anymore. Not only that, but it was at home. Old Trafford, place was bouncing anyway. On top of that as well, it was the winner. It was a 2-1 winner. We were drawing. I think it was a 70-something minute, like 75th, 76th minute. The game was running away. You know, the game, we hadn't won the game yet. It wasn't like it was like a 5-0 win and it was the last goal. No, this was like, the game was on the line right now. You know, we were trying to get that goal. And I remember, I know everyone remembers it specifically, but I remember Nani had the ball. I think Scholes had given Nani the ball. And he'd gone to cross it to Rooney. It was a cross intended to go to Rooney. But I think it was Zabaleta who had deflected it. I think it was Zabaleta who deflected it. And the ball kind of spun awkwardly in the air. And it was weird because it kind of spun in the perfect way for him to get the overhead kick, because the pace kind of got taken off the ball a little bit. It was looping over his head in the perfect position. Rooney was kind of in between, I think, Richards and company maybe. And it kind of just spun perfectly. And I remember watching it, I remember thinking, there is no way he's going to overhead kick this. Like, there is no... Like, I've seen Rooney score every type of goal. Every type of goal. I've seen him score from 30, 40 yards. I've seen him score screamers. I've seen him score headers, penalties, free kicks, volleys. I've seen him score every type of goal. I've never seen Rooney score that kind of overhead kick. And I remember thinking, there's no way he's going to overhead kick this. Like, there's no way. And he did. He pulled it out of the bag, overhead kicked. It was a shinner. Don't get to it. It was a shinner. Watching it back, it was a shinner. But the ball, he's caught it and he's looped it. It's gone like over Joe Hart's head into like the right-hand side of the goal. And he's run off to the corner. He's done this celebration, and then Nani's come and he like picked him up. And I remember that was the reason why I got T90s, because I think he had the black and green or black and like a luminous yellowy green boots, T90 boots. And to be fair, I already had a pair of T90s, but I remember because of that goal, I thought, nah, I need them boots. I need them boots, because I don't know how he did that. And if it's because of the boots, I need them boots. But yeah, insane goal, insane moment. Like I said, could arguably be the #1 Premier League moment ever. But yeah, that's my second favourite Manchester United Premier League moment. Listen, before I get to #1, make sure you like this video if you're enjoying it. And make sure you subscribe. Forget subscribing actually. Subscribe, but comment. Let me know so far what your favourite Man United moments have been, and if you agree with my moments. And let me know if there's any that you've missed out on, that I've missed out on, sorry. Let me know if there's any moments that you feel like that could be in there. There are a few. You know, I remember the Makeda goal, that was a huge moment. The Michael Owen goal, I think he scored like the 97th minute. A lot of people loved that goal, even though he played for Liverpool, so to me, it can't be in my top 5. What other more? Maybe I've missed a couple in it, because these are off the top of my head. But let me know in the comments your favourite Man United moments. So, the #1, and this, to be fair, this isn't really a surprise. This isn't really a surprise. But my favourite ever Manchester United moment has to be when we won the Champions League in 2008. Van der Sar saved Anelka's penalty, and we were champions of Europe. That moment for me, and you know what's crazy? I literally had this conversation like the other day with an Arsenal fan, and for some reason, Arsenal fans and other fans as well, like Liverpool fans and other fans, when they try and chat to me about this, they always say, "Oh, you don't remember that goal?" But I was like 10, maybe 9 or something when I saw that goal. And whenever I say to Arsenal fans, "Okay, so how old were you when you started watching football?" "Oh, from birth. I've watching football my whole life, but I was too young to remember that goal." I remember sitting in front of my TV. Yeah, I had the big back box. You know them big box TVs that are like 2 meters wide? Yeah, and this looked like they're huge TVs. I had one of those TVs, a sharp TV as well. And I remember watching it with my dad. And oh my, the game itself was an insane game, to be fair. Like, I remember, I think Ronaldo scored the header, but there was a moment where like Czech was just keeping him in the game. Was it Czech? Or am I thinking of the 2012 Champions League with Chelsea and Bayern? I can't remember in it, but the game was super back and forth, super back and forth. And eventually, obviously, went to penalties. And I remember Ronaldo when he stepped up and he missed his penalty. And there were other players that stepped up and took their penalties and scored. I think Giggs scored a penalty. I think Anderson scored a penalty. Hargreaves, he scored his penalty. And Ronaldo, he missed his penalty. And it was like, oh my gosh, there's no way Cristiano Ronaldo, who at the time, he was the best player in the world, hands down. Hands down, Cristiano Ronaldo in 2008 was the best player in the world. In fact, I would go so far to argue that was his best ever season. I would argue that. He might not have had the most goals that season, but as a player, as a pure player, footballer, that might have been his best ever season. I'll happily argue that, because I feel like later on in his career, in his Real Madrid career, he just became a pure out-and-out goal scorer. He wasn't the tricky winger that he was at United. He was more just, give me the ball, I'm gonna score. That was his thing. Like, I need to be in the right position to go and score. And that's why he ended up becoming a striker later on in his career. Like, he's in like a number 9, straight down the middle. But for United, he was all over the place. He had these quick feet, pacey, a direct, attacking, a super attacking winger. You can get the ball from anywhere and dribble past 2, 3, 4, 5 players and score a goal. That, to me, the best version of Ronaldo. If I had to go and bring back any version of Cristiano Ronaldo, it would be that 2008 player that we saw. The player that was scoring 45-yard goals against Porto. The player that was scoring 40-yard free kicks against Arsenal. Who remembers the famous quote, surely not from there? What was it? What did he say? Something about surely not from there, or he's not going to shoot from there, is he? Or something like that. And he did, and he scored. That Ronaldo, insane. Absolutely insane. And he missed that penalty. And I felt so, at that moment, I'll be honest, my heart just deflated. Like, I was here, I was at this point, and I just dropped all the way down here. I was like, no way. It had to be Ronaldo as well, like, no way. And I think a couple more players took penalties after that. And then John Terry stepped up and he slipped. Now, I don't even want to get into John Terry, innit, because I've got my own opinions about John Terry, yeah, but that's a whole other conversation. But I was so happy you missed. I was so happy for so many reasons. I was so happy you missed. And he actually hit the post, to be fair, so he was actually really close to scoring. But he stepped up, he slipped, he missed. And I can't remember who else got a penalty after that. Maybe Nani or someone. But Nicolas Anelka stepped up. Now, bear in mind, Nicolas Anelka has played for nearly every one of our rivals. Like, he's played for everyone. Played for Arsenal, played for City, played for Chelsea. Did he play for Liverpool? I can't remember if he played for Liverpool, but he's played for everyone. He played for nearly all of our rivals. So I was like, you know what? If anyone's going to miss, it has to be Anelka. Let it be Anelka. And he shot. And he's shot to the left side of the shot, like about mid-range. It was a poor penalty, I'll be honest. Because whenever I've been told by, goalkeeper coaches or striker coaches, like where to take a penalty, it's always low and hard. Or if you're gonna go high, make sure you put it into the side netting. Like, make sure if you're gonna go high, get it in that top corner. Never shoot like at the middle of the goal, because it's the best place for the keeper to save it. And Van der Sar, being 6'5" or whatever he is, it was a perfect place for him to save it. And he did save it, and we ended up winning that game. And the feeling, Ronaldo dropped to his feet, to his knees. In fact, he lay down. Because I know the feeling inside of him right there and then was, oh my, like, I've been relieved. Like, that was the biggest sigh of relief he probably had ever had in his career. The fact that we just won the Champions League. He was the best player in the world. He knew he was the best player in the world. He probably knew at that point, I'm going to win a Ballon d'Or. Because let's be honest, Ballon d'Or is heavily contested on you in the Champions League. And yeah, insane feeling. Fergie, it had been 9 years since he won a Champions League? And we've been trying, like United have been trying year in, year out to win a Champions League, and we've been falling short. And eventually he finally won it. And yeah, that feeling, yeah. No, when you win like that, and we won the Premier League as well that season, no one can chat to you. And that is a feeling that I just want to have again. Like, if I had to pick any feeling to have as a United fan again, it'd be the feeling of just winning the Champions League and the Premier League once again. Like, and hopefully one day with Ruben in charge, Ruben Amorim in charge, hopefully he can bring back that feeling. But listen, as the end of this video, this has just been like a little reminiscent video for me, innit? I just thought, you know what, international duty, let me just think back about the good times we've had as United fans, or as a United fan. But like I said, comment, let me know your favourite moments as a United fan as well. And also, if you're not a United fan and you're watching this, let me know your favourite moments as, you know, whatever team you support, whether it's Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, you know, Leeds, Leicester, you guys had a huge moment. You know, Wigan, you know, you guys won not the Champions League, the FA Cup 2013, you never know. But let me know your favourite moments as a football fan. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.